May 9th, 2025, Somali waters turned to fire. The morning began like any other on the Horn of Africa, humid, tense, and deceptively quiet. But by 7:18 a.m., silence shattered into gunfire as more than 600 rounds tore through the MV Redwood Star, a US-flagged cargo ship carrying $250 million in high-tech equipment. 5 pirate skiffs surged forward at 45 knots, waves crashing beneath their hulls, rocket-propelled grenades locked and loaded, machine guns roaring in short bursts as the Somali raiders closed in with terrifying speed. They didn't hesitate, they didn't bluff. They attacked with full intent to kill, loot, and disappear into the lawless coastline. On board the Redwood Star, 23 sailors, mostly Americans and Filipinos, scrambled for cover. Armed with little more than shotguns and a few aging rifles, they returned fire from behind steel cargo containers, their bullets pinging uselessly off the sides of pirate boats reinforced with scavenged armor. One sailor was thrown backward by a round to the shoulder. Another ducked just as a burst from a PK machine gun splintered wood inches from his head. Above the deck, tracer fire arced through the early morning haze, a deadly light show that signaled the ship was under siege. The captain, a 54-year-old veteran from Galveston, Texas, knew the odds. This wasn't a fight they could win. With a hoarse command over the intercom, he ordered the crew to fall back into the ship's fortified citadel, a steel-walled room buried deep within the vessel, designed to hold out against exactly this kind of nightmare. They dragged the wounded inside, sealed the door, activated emergency oxygen, and watched the lights flicker as gunfire echoed above. Gripping the radio with white-knuckled hands, the captain whispered the final call, Mayday. This is Redwood Star, under siege, crew secure, awaiting your justice. "412 nautical miles away, the USS Independence, a nuclear-powered American aircraft carrier, received the distress call. The command deck froze. Within seconds, orders flew. 3 MH-60 Seahawks roared into the sky, their 6-barrel miniguns armed and ready. Behind them came 2 Apache gunships, silent assassins, with 30mm cannons and Hydra rockets. And then, the Hammer 3 Black Hawk helicopters, carrying nearly 50 Navy SEALs and Marine Raiders, fully equipped with body armor, night vision, and M4 carbines. Their mission? Retake the ship, eliminate all threats, and bring every sailor home alive. By 8:12 a.m., the first Seahawk appeared over the Redwood Star. From above came a rain of fire, more than 2,000 rounds ripped through the deck in under a minute. Pirates screamed and scrambled. One was torn apart trying to aim his rifle. Another dived for cover, only to be caught in a burst of minigun fire that sent his body flying. The Apaches arrived next, hovering like executioners. One rocket hit the starboard crane, 3 pirates vanished in the explosion. Another tried to rally fighters at the stern, only to be cut down by the 30mm gun.
muérdame.
Then came the storm from the sky. 3 Blackhawks dropped ropes, and the SEALs descended in waves. Within seconds, they moved in wedges across the deck, their boots pounding steel, voices barking tight commands through headsets. The pirates panicked, firing wild volleys from behind cargo stacks, but the Americans answered with double-tap precision. One pirate tried to fire an RPG, 2 rounds struck his chest before he could aim. Another tried to flank and was immediately dropped by a sweep of coordinated fire. In just 6 minutes, the deck was theirs. 8 pirates lay dead in widening pools of blood. 4 surrendered, trembling with hands above their heads. Deck secured, no friendly casualties. Preparing to breach a SEAL radioed. When the citadel opened, the 23 sailors emerged blinking into the morning light, their faces etched with fear, relief and awe. But this mission wasn't just a rescue, it was a declaration. The pirates had made their move. Now America would answer in full. By 9:30 a.m., the captured pirates were kneeling in zip-tie cuffs aboard the USS Independence, their eyes wide with fear under the scorching sun. 2 Navy interrogators moved quickly. Within 20 minutes, they had the prized GPS coordinates of the pirates' inland stronghold, a fortified base 27 miles from the coast, housing over 50 fighters' caches of RPGs, technical trucks, and rows of fast boats. For years, it had been the centre of piracy across East Africa. The Admiral didn't hesitate. 4 MQ-9 Reapers already in the air were rerouted. Loaded with Hellfire missiles and 500-pound laser-guided bombs, they sped toward the target. Satellite confirmation came moments later. Dozens of thermal signatures, heat from fuel drums, rows of armed vehicles. At 10:04 a.m., the first Hellfire struck. A massive blast ripped through the central structure, sending debris 200 feet into the air. A chain reaction followed. Fuel tanks, exploded ammunition, cooked off fire spread through the compound like a plague. Three more Reapers dropped their payloads with surgical precision. Another cluster of buildings erupted. Technical trucks with mounted weapons were vaporized. One strike hit a hidden RPG cache, triggering a detonation that scattered flaming shrapnel half a mile across the landscape. By 10:12 a.m., the pirate base was nothing more than a scorched ruin. 80% of their firepower gone, and no American boots had even touched the ground. Panic spread like wildfire. Radio chatter along the Somali coast turned frantic. Pirate leaders ordered boats dragged inland, engines dismantled, fuel hidden. Within hours, satellite images showed empty docks, deserted ports, and coastal hideouts gone silent. A region that once swarmed with smugglers and raiders now looked abandoned. Merchant shipping resumed without fear. Insurance companies slashed premiums. Even the smell of fear had vanished, replaced by something else: respect. One SEAL watching the drone feed muttered, "They'll never point rifles at an American ship again." A lieutenant beside him nodded. "They don't fear prison," he said. "They fear precision." For the pirates, the lesson was clear. There would be no negotiations, no safe houses, no second chances. The Redwood Star operation didn't just save 23 lives, it shattered a criminal empire built over years. In less than a morning, the United States Navy delivered a message in steel smoke and fire: touch an American vessel, and you disappear. If this story moved you, like, share and subscribe. Because the ocean doesn't forget. And neither does America.